Welcome, guys. My name is Albert. Thank you for joining me today. And today, I'm going to be talking to you guys about the 6 things that I learned from my simping days. Yes, this is going to be one of those videos that I really tell you guys how my beginnings, the things that I learned when I was a simp, when I was a beta male simp. Okay, so if you have not already, subscribe to the channel, turn on post notifications so you don't miss any of my future videos, because on this channel I teach you guys how to become better men and how to improve your interactions with women. Okay, so the first thing I will say this, right? So I'm going to talk to you guys about 6 things that I learned. So the first thing I definitely learned way back when was the fact that when it comes to women, right? And all this has to do with female nature and just the way women are. And I want to preface this by saying the things I learned didn't make me hate women, right? It just made me a better player in the game. It just made me a better player, right? It just made me a better person, right? It just made me understand how to navigate the dating market. It helped me teach more guys how to get more women into their lives, right? So I used those experiences and those lessons to make me move better in the future, right? So there is no malice or hatred or animosity towards women. 6 things that I learned when I was a simp beta male gina, right? So the first thing is, do never pay attention to what a woman says. Always pay attention to what she does. Okay? If a woman tells you she loves you, she thinks you're the best thing ever in her life, that's all great. That's fantastic. I'm happy for you. But what is she doing? If she tells you, oh, you're the best I ever had, I will never disrespect you, I will never call you out of your name, that's fantastic. I am happy for you. But what is she doing? Right? Women have this thing where it's like they say they can intelligently say things and they believe it at the moment. But when it comes time to doing it, it doesn't match. So you have to pay attention to what she does, right? And I had to learn this the hard way. I had to learn it the hard way. You know? Number 2 thing is this. Just because a girl likes you today, that doesn't mean she's gonna like you tomorrow. Okay? Just because a girl says, hey, you know what? I think you're cool. We should really meet up and stuff, and oh, I like it. Just because her interest level is so high today, that doesn't mean that she's not going to lose attraction for you or interest in you tomorrow, right? And now, something that I learned from my simping days is that the more invested she is in you, and that could be emotionally, physically, financially, the more she's invested in you, the more, it's harder for her to break away her interest from you, right? Now, as we know, female nature. If a woman says that she likes you, hey, we always take that with a grain of salt. Even if she's super invested in you, we still take that with a grain of salt when she says that she likes you, because that could change with an instant, because we know that women are hypergamous and that is their nature. Once they see something better, once they see something shiny, they will monkey branch. Trust me, it will happen. If you don't believe me, then just you haven't dated enough women yet, right? Once you get your feet wet and you get your hands dirty more often, you will know what I'm talking about. The third lesson that I learned from my simping days was, look, women will use you if you let them. Women will always use weak men. Women will always use a simp. And I was such a simp and a beta male. This was like during my freshman year, right? When I was still trying to learn about women, right? I remember this one story. I remember this one time where it was like there was this girl. I was super enamored with her. I liked her. She was freaking this Hispanic just bombshell in college. Just nice, right? I wanted to hang out with her, but for some reason she was always busy. She never seemed to have time for me ever. I would ask her like constantly. I would ask, like it was ridiculous. I would text her every single day trying to meet up with her, but she was always busy. So one day, out of the blue, something incredible happened. She texted me. Usually I'm the one texting her, right? But today she texted me. So I was like, oh man, this is fantastic. This is great. This is awesome, man. She texted me. Not only that, I said, hey, what's up? What's going on? Not only that, she calls me. I'm like, oh man, whoo, it's about to be on. She texted me first, she called me. Oh, this is fantastic. So we got on the phone, we're talking. Finally, shooting the shit, she's like, okay, what are you doing this Sunday? I was like, here it comes. I was like, oh, I'm not doing anything, I'm free all day. She's like, okay, because I'm gonna be moving, like I told you. Is it cool if you could help me move? I'm like, oh, okay, I get you. Move, okay, I get you. All right. She's like, okay, if you help me move, I promise I'll get you pizza after the move. I was like, all right, cool. I go Sunday, I got my swagger on. I went helping her move. I noticed I'm only the one doing all the moving. She's not really doing much, but I'm like, what? It's gonna be worth it once I'm in that punani. I move everything. I move it into the moving truck. We drive. We get to the new place. I carry everything out. I move everything out. Oh, this is awesome. Finally, this is done. We're done. I go, okay, so, what's next? She's like, oh, you know what? Like I promised, we're going to go grab some pizza. I was like, all right, cool. We go grab some pizza, and we're about to leave. I go, wait, aren't you going to pay? She's like, oh, I forgot my wallet. Is there a way you can get us this time and then I'll get us next time? I'm like, hold up. Hold up. So you're telling me I came help you move and then now I'm going to pay for pizza that you said that you were going to take me out? Now here's the thing. I was a simp beta male gina. So all that conversation that you just heard me have was in my head. What came out of my mouth was, okay, I guess. I ended up paying for pizza. So basically, I paid her so I can help her move. A simp beta male gina. If you let a woman use you, she will use you. And of course, it's not her fault, right? She saw a simp. She saw a beta male. She saw someone that she could take advantage of, and she took it. Right? So I learned, okay, you know what? I got to move smarter. I got to be wiser with my time. So that's number 3. Number 4, never let a woman that you are attracted to put you in the friend zone. This is a very hard lesson that most men today have felt. Man, I used to be a victim of this one thing. This is one of the things that I learned when I was a simp. I would, for the life of me, not understand how I would get into all the friend zones. I would always get into the friend zone. Every girl I meet, as soon as I open my mouth, hey, how's it going? Friend zone. Hey, how's it going? Friend zone. Hey, how's it going? Friend zone, friend zone, friend zone. I was like, what's going on? What is going on? And the thing was this. Men and women were always playing frame games, right? Frame games. What does this mean? You are either going to accept her frame or she's going to accept your frame. That is the frame game. So if you accept her frame, that is how you end up in the friend zone. If she accepts your frame, that's how you get deep in some punani. You cannot, accept her frame. She has to accept your frame. And if she does not want to accept your frame, you have to cut contact with this woman. You have to go take yourself away from her for a while, maybe come back later on and re-engage her. Until she accepts your frame, you are not going to spend any time or give her any free attention. When I was a simp, I would give too many attention, free validation. I would give my time freely. I would accept the frame. Oh yeah, we're friends, sure. And those were when I would spend nights on the phone with women, talking to them about the boyfriend or the ex or the guy that they were sleeping with. While on the other line, I am there suffering of blue balls. Right? Like I said, all these lessons were not to make me bitter. They were to improve my dating life in the future. And I'm glad I went through those things because now I can teach guys like you how to become better with women. I have slept with multiple women, and because I had to go through those freaking growing pains, and I'm telling you guys so you guys don't have to go through the same thing. So that's number 4. Number 5. Never put up with her BS. And always look out for red flags with women that you are trying to get intimate with. A lot of guys let girls, because they are so enamored with them, get away with so much BS. Call a woman out on the BS. She's going to be way more attracted to you than if you just let her walk all over you. Also, if a woman has a lot of red flags, you got to cut her off. You just got to cut her off because those red flags are going to come back in the end and bite you in the ass. It always does. Trust me, a red flag that you see in the beginning doesn't get smaller. That alarm gets louder as you hang out with her. A girl that loves drama, as soon as she mentions to you that she loves drama or she always finds herself in drama, that is your cue to just cut that person out of your life. Always watch out for red flags, you know? Always watch out for the red flags and do not put up with her BS, okay? Always call her out on her BS, always. And finally, this one thing that I learned, right? This one thing that I learned was very instrumental in my life. I had to learn that having one-nighters is one of the most dangerous things a man could have for a woman. Once a woman, and if you don't know what one-nighters is, then lucky you. Okay, lucky you. One-nighters basically is where you're just enamored with one girl and all the other girls in the world just disappear. That is one-nighters. And I had it bad. I had it bad. Bad. I had to learn the hard way. I had to learn the hard way. So I don't want you guys to ever feel like one girl is, the one for you. There are multiple girls out there for you. And once I learned this, my whole world changed. Right? My whole world changed. It made me not attached to women too early. It made me not emotionally attached to women too early. Because if you're emotionally attached to women very early, this is how they lose attraction for you. They will lose attraction for you really, really fast. One-nighters is like a deadly addiction, right? Most guys don't see it, but it is. Being enamored with a woman, thinking about her all the time, When you go out to a place, you're always thinking about what you and her will do. How is she doing? Oh, I want to text her. I want to call her, right? Being just a simp. You cannot do this. You cannot have one-nighters in your life. There is no place for it in your life. You have to be aware of this, okay? There are many women out here. If one isn't accepting your frame, then you have to go and move on to different girls. That's why I always advise you guys to always have a rotation. This will cure any lingering signs of one-nighters that you may have, right? A lot of the problems that guys face with women actually stems from the fact that they suffer from a very severe case of one-itis. You cannot have this, especially when it comes to today's women. You just cannot have this, okay? You have to go out there and you have to date multiple women. Okay, guys? Guys, that is the video for today. I hope you guys have seen value in that. If you have not already, subscribe to the channel, turn on post notifications so you don't miss any of my future videos. And with that, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.